Wrestling 146. As always, you'll find a link below to take a look for yourself and make your own judgments. We didn't get a lot in this show. We didn't see anything of the Diamonds, which I'm very upset about. I wish they would do that more often. We did see more animations in the show, which I'm very happy to see. When they show more animations in the right spots, I say wonderful. I say it's good. But there were at least one thing here that made no freaking sense. And I'm going to start with that. And that was the #1 contendership for the Reality of Wrestling tag titles of Team Death Bear. You got Alpha Unit versus the Familia. I don't understand. We have not seen Ranson or the Pride for months. Months. We have not seen Ranson or the Pride. We only saw one segment for Ranson, Jimmy Ranson. And that was it. We never heard anything from the Pride. There's never been any video packages from either one of them. But then all of a sudden, when the match was almost over and it looked like Alpha Unit was going to win, they kicked their asses and basically announced, not by word, but by looking at Team Death Bear, who was on commentary and did I love one of the two people I believe is ready for NXT. This is just my point of view, ladies and gentlemen. There's one or two people. One of them is Ron Davidson of Team Death Bear. I truly believe he's ready to go to NXT. I truly believe that. As a talker, he's one of the best I've seen in this business. Not the best, but one of the best that can easily go from another promotion and would take off as long as he keeps the one thing that gets him going. He's a good wrestler. He's very good in the ring, but his talking is what gives him the edge. And I truly believe that he could do something in NXT. But when you see that the Pride and Jimmy Ranson stick their faces right near the announce tables, pretty much saying, we want those freaking titles, you wonder, where was this 4 months ago, or 3 months ago for that matter? They just come out of nowhere. Where's the video packages of them saying they want to go after the titles? Where them both going together saying that we need this? This is where I believe Reality of Wrestling has fallen flat on their faces. They have not done this properly. It makes no sense. La Familia had time. The Alpha Unit had time. There's been a story between both of them. But I just don't see anything here. Now, Abel Andrew Jackson versus E. Snow, who is the other person that I truly believe is ready for not TNA, but NXT. And I'm talking about Abel Andrew Jackson. I don't hate E. Snow. He's okay. But let's be honest here. Abel looks just as good as E. Snow. He performs really well in the ring. He is one of the best talkers in that company. Ron Davidson is, to me, kind of tied with him. Honestly. #1 is kind of tied with #2. So Abel and Ron are 100% tied to me personally. So they're both ready to go somewhere. If they don't go to NXT, they can easily go to TNA. I truly believe they're both good enough to really do something. And always Stevie Ray is Stevie Ray. He's always interfering. He's always giving you problems. He's always Harlem Heat, causing heat. Do I love Stevie Ray? Yes, I do. Does he kind of go a little too far? Yes, he does. But still, Abel won. But here's a problem. I want to see Abel win on his own. I truly believe he has the ability in the ring. He has the ability to talk. He has the ability to be a ring general. I truly believe that he should be pushed and truly, honestly, go after that Reality of Wrestling television title. He just should go after it. And I know I could say, why not go after the World Heavyweight Championship? Well, I don't need to say that because there's another person who's not ready yet but will one day be ready, and that is JJ Blake. Now, we had 2 interviews between Gino and JJ Blake. We'll do Gino first. Ashley Bull. Ashley Bullshit. I'm sorry, I had to think it. But Ashley Bull is a beautiful woman who talked pretty well. I like her. I wouldn't mind seeing her do the interviews for the Diamonds. Why can't you have a interviewer that is a female for the interviewing of women? Not just men, women. I want to see this on Reality of Wrestling. Hell, I want to see the Diamonds more often. Please, Booker T, please. I know primarily men are there. There's very few women, but come on. Come on. Come on, show us women. If the Knockouts have been an example, even the women in WWE have been an example. People want to see women's wrestling. Please, Booker T. Please. But did Gino sound good? No. He didn't even seem slick. He could have been a little more slick. He could have gone up to Ashley and just said, Put the mic down and says, pull the mic up and says, you smell nice. You look good, my love. What are you doing later? And she says, no, we can't really mix. Touch her hair. Stroke her face. And say, you know, the Latin heartthrob knows how to make a woman happy. He talks too soft. Now, I'm not saying that what I did is what should be done in real life. This is still make-believe, and he could have been more flamboyant. He could have been more interesting. This is the first time we actually seen Gino near a woman, and he says he's the Latin heartthrob. He did not act like a Latin heartthrob. He acted like a small little boy around a girl, being very, very timid. You don't do that. If you're supposed to be a true Latin heartthrob with a freaking title on your shoulder, you're supposed to show it. Be a little more flamboyant. Be a little more loud with your voice. Be a little more exotic to the women. And he talks about J.J. Blake. Boring. Now, when it came to J.J. Blake, he was very flamboyant. He was very, very aggressive. Grabbing Russo's tie and saying, I hate this damn tie. Give me that mic. I'm going to get that damn title. I'm going to get the hell I want. I am J.J. Blake. You know why there's no more time and no more place for this stupid little ranking crap? It's because I beat everybody. I am the greatest. I am a Gino Reno. I am a dynamite. He used Gino's own words against him, and he sounded more interesting than Gino. And that was sad to see. That another guy who's not even Latin. Gino is supposed to be a Spanish man. It has been known that Spanish men can be very flamboyant. Very, very, I'm not saying all the time. I'm part Spanish. I'm not flamboyant. But you get my point. The guy is supposed to be booked as someone who is bigger than life. And a guy who is supposedly inferior to him showed his own move against him. If Ashley had done it, he would probably hit on her way better. And he wouldn't even have to act like a black man. He could act like a Latin heartthrob and he'd probably do it better because he's more interesting. He looks at the camera. He's flamboyant. But this is just my point of view. Finally, Rex Andrews versus Cole. Finally, what I wondered was going to happen finally happened. Bartek screws Cole. As much as they're going to say, no, it didn't happen. When that match was going on, it was a good match. Wasn't great, it was a good match. But when you really see it for what it was, Bartek could not stand the fact he's losing his partner, so he screwed his partner over. And I believe he's a little bit passive-aggressive because he's not happy. And I believe Gilmore said it best. Bartek has not been pinned, not have been submitted. He has not lost a match. It's been basically, what is Cameron Cole. And I remember that match with him and Bartek and Team Death Bear. Who was the one that got pinned? It was Cameron Cole. So I think a little what is the word again? a little bit of animosity is there, even though he's trying to be his friend. Did I feel this segment was good? Yes, it was, because it was time to break these two up. These two have been doing these segments for quite a while that I have not been fond of. They're both very generic as they are. And we need more in reality of wrestling. We need these guys to actually face one another. Doesn't mean it'll be an incredibly great feud, but it is a feud that we should see anyway because they're both good friends. One is actually better than the other, and I believe Bartek is the one who's better than Cameron Cole, and we should go from there. But I do admit that in reality of wrestling, they need a little bit more. I wish that Booker T is not trying to run for mayor. I don't even know if he's still running for mayor. If he is still running for mayor, I wish he would stop and focus more on his show and try to get more supporters for the show for more money, because we really need a little bit extra. We just do. But this is just my point of view. You guys tell me below, and I hope you enjoyed this Reality of Wrestling 146.